Right now, reaction after the House's passing of a funding bill sending billions to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Also, how Goodwill is battling electronic waste in honor of Earth Day. And we're following the vigil of a young Milwaukee woman after her tragic murder. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. It's been a bit of a cool down the last few days, and with that, let's get a look at your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex, how long is this cold going to stick around?
One more night. Tomorrow night it will be a little bit on the chilly side, but perhaps not as chilly as it's going to be tonight. We have freeze warnings in effect for all of southwestern, much of south central Wisconsin. So just like I said last night and on my social media, it's a good opportunity, folks, to get those plants in now or throw those sheets and blankets over them. If you have any tender plants, I would encourage you to do that. Those temperatures will be dipping down all the way to 31. So almost a carbon copy of last night. We got down to 31 in Madison, 31 in Lone Rock. But as the skies clear tonight, and my main weather will track the clouds, there is a possibility our temperatures could get a little cooler into the upper 20s, which would really promote a widespread frost. We got 37 in Madison, 39 in Lone Rock, 40 in the Dells. Cooler today. We were expecting highs in the middle to upper 40s, but those clouds hung on for so long, and they're still hanging on out there, so that kept those temperatures down because you need that sun in the spring months, especially the early to mid-spring months, to warm the near-surface ground, and that just didn't happen today with those clouds around. 37 in McFarland, 37 in Wanakee. Still see those clouds out there on our Edgewater Skycam here looking at the Capitol. Winds are calm at least, so that's a plus, even though it's a chilly 37 out there. That dew point, 22. I bring it up this time of year because our temperatures can fall all the way down to the dew point, and what's in the 20s and dry, that means our temperatures can definitely be doing some dipping. Stepping out of the way here of our Queen Bee radio Skycam, the skies are starting to clear off towards the west and southwest. We'll be tracking the clearing of the clouds because that's part of the frost equation in Maine weather.
From our gardeners and planters out there, make sure to cover up those plants if we're going to see some frost. But thank you, Alex. Stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast Weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. A woman is extracted from her vehicle after a single vehicle crash on County Highway MM Saturday morning in Fitchburg. That incident happened just around 10 a.m. where Fitchburg police found a small SUV with severe damage off of the road. The driver was injured and was taken to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Multiple items adjacent to the highway were struck and knocked over, including road signs and a utility pole with power lines. County Highway MM between Lacey Road and Height Road were closed for about an hour. Dozens of people gathered in Milwaukee Friday to remember the college student who was killed and dismembered earlier this month. The family of 19-year-old Sade Robinson spoke at the vigil, with her sister saying Robinson often gave to those around her. Robinson's mother told the crowd she is still grieving tremendously. Robinson was last seen on April 1st when she went on a first date with 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson. She was reported missing the following day. Police have since found several body parts spread across the area that are believed to be of Robinson. Anderson is facing several charges, including first-degree homicide and mutilating a corpse. Earlier today, Goodwill of South Central Wisconsin, in partnership with Hilldale, fought e-waste, a growing concern brought on by the rise of electronics being thrown out into landfills. And by hosting a free electronics recycling event, the e-cycling event offered a safe and convenient way to get rid of any non-working electronics. All you have to do is simply drive up and drop it off.
We have a lot of electronics we've been trying to get rid of, but I want to do it environmentally responsibly. And I found out that this was a great opportunity to celebrate Earth Day and be able to make sure these things don't end up in a landfill just taking up space.
The e-cycling event offered a safe and convenient way to get rid of any non-working electronics. All you have to do, again, is simply drive up and drop it off. And it's a great way to pay it forward to Mother Earth for all she does for us. And today was Record Store Day. And all across the world, people visited their local record stores, and Madison wasn't the exception. Mad City Music had their shelves packed with RSD items and tons of used records, as they always do. But this time, in honor of Record Store Day, they were giving away gift bags full of all types of pretty cool stuff.
We love seeing the turnout at Record Store Day every year. It's a marathon, not really a sprint. It's this wonderful, we see a lot of smiling faces, and they're always happy to show up and hang out at the record store.
Also, 106.7 The Resistance and 94.1 were outside the store with giveaways for all who swung by the record store to hang out and buy a record or two. A number of foreign aid bills made it past the House of Representatives today in a rare Saturday session. That includes aid to Ukraine, a contentious measure which most Republicans voted against. Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky thanked the U.S. for their support. CBS's Christian Benavides reports from Washington.
Long-awaited aid for Ukraine made it past the House by a bipartisan vote as part of a larger foreign aid package.
On this vote, the yeas are 311 and the nays are 112. The bill is passed.
More Democrats than Republicans voted for Ukraine aid. The bills provide more than $26 billion to support Israel, more than $60 billion for Ukraine, and around $8 billion for the Indo-Pacific, including Taiwan.
It's a slap in the face to America.
House Speaker Mike Johnson moved forward with the vote after months of gridlock, faced with opposition from members of his own party over Ukraine aid and funding for the border.
This is a business model the American people do not support. They don't support a business model built on blood and murder and war in foreign countries, while this very government does nothing to secure our border.
The foreign aid package passed despite a small but growing number of conservative hardliners who threatened to try and oust Speaker Johnson. Ultimately, there was no motion made on Saturday.
The House has worked its will.
Johnson said the bills were important to democracy and to ward off Russia.
I've said it very simply. I'll say it once again. It's an old military adage, but we would rather send bullets to the conflict overseas than our own boys, our troops.
The package now heads to the Senate, where it is expected to pass. President Joe Biden urged them to move quickly so he can sign the bill into law. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Washington.
The Senate is expected to vote on the foreign aid package on Tuesday. Some Democrats voted against aid for Israel over the response by Netanyahu government in Gaza. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, the latest in former President Trump's hush money trial in New York. And later, we found out why one car maker is suspending its advertising on X.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free. Buy two Champion windows, get two free? I guess that means if you buy four, you get four free. Buy six, get six free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy Two, Get Two free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
The Honda you want is here, driving the moment with the rugged and capable Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Find your adventure with great offers now available on the Honda you want. All from the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Everyone deserves a fulfilling job, but for people with disabilities, the barriers can be overwhelming. It's time to open the door to new possibilities. People with disabilities are getting the education, skills, and training needed to thrive in a wide variety of industries. And they're ready for an opportunity, a job, a career. Thinkability Wisconsin. All you have to do is start with yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
unjust election has been finalized and opening arguments could begin Monday in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial. But outside the New York courthouse Friday, attention was focused on a disturbing incident where a man set himself on fire. Bradley Blackburn has more.
As former President Trump left the courtroom Friday, he again railed against the case and the judge overseeing it.
This is really a concerted witch hunt. Very simple. Everything you heard in there, this is a witch hunt by numerous judges, Democrat judges.
An appeals court judge Friday denied a request by Trump's attorneys to halt the trial as they seek to move the case outside of New York City. The jury set to hear the case includes a teacher, an investment banker, and a corporate lawyer. The assigned foreperson is originally from Ireland. 6 alternates are also on the panel in case jurors are dismissed.
What kind of pressure are these jurors under?
The jurors are under much more pressure than a, quote, typical case. The jurors understand that they are weighing in on not just the facts presented to them and the law, but a historic decision.
Outside the courthouse in a park near where media from around the world is gathered, a 37-year-old man from Florida set himself on fire. Authorities said he threw pamphlets in the air before dousing himself with accelerant.
The pamphlets seem to be propaganda-based, almost like a conspiracy theory type of pamphlet.
The man was rushed to a hospital where he later died. Police say the incident did not appear to have anything to do with the trial, but has prompted them to reconsider security.
With the magnitude of what's going on around right here, we'll reassess our security with our federal partners.
The trial is set to begin Monday. Legal experts say opening arguments could take several days. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Former President Trump has said he will take the stand. The prosecution and defense wrangled Friday over what topics he could be asked about, but the judge hasn't yet made a decision. And next on News 3 Now at 6, find out why one car manufacturer is halting advertisements on X. That and more coming up. And Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington returns with another check of your First Warn forecast right after the break.
Wake up, people! Rotten sleep means rotten moods, rotten backs, rotten health. Rotten breath goes without saying, but you're in luck. Because during the biggest sale of the season, everything is on sale. Like the Summit Queen, now only $274.99. Save up to 50% on select Tempur-Adapt mattresses. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Chevy Equinox has been ranked #1 by J.D. Power for dependability and new vehicle quality among compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar. Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's All or Nothing Bonus Days. During the month of April, All or Nothing players have a 1 in 7 chance to receive a $2 bonus ticket for the next midday drawing. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone. But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Hyundai Motor Company is the latest major brand to pause its advertising on X, formerly known as Twitter, due to anti-Semitism. Hyundai's announcement on Thursday comes a day after an ad from the automaker reportedly appeared next to an anti-Semitic and pro-Hitler post. The verified account had posted tweets that denied the Holocaust and perpetuated anti-Semitic rhetoric. In response, Hyundai paused their ads. A spokesperson said the company is speaking with X directly about brand safety to ensure the issue is addressed. The head of business operations at X said the company has since suspended the account that was adjacent to the ad. He added the company and the agency did not activate brand safety settings and that the campaign took place without X's direct sales team. Elon Musk has postponed his planned trip to India. The Tesla CEO was due to arrive in India next week. His visit was expected to include a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and confirmation that Tesla will build a factory in the country. Musk was also planning to meet leaders of Indian space tech startups during his visit. Musk posted on X on Saturday, "Unfortunately, very heavy Tesla obligations require that the visit to India be delayed." Workers at Volkswagen's plant in Chattanooga, Tennessee, voted to join the United Auto Workers late Friday. The National Labor Relations Board, the federal body that oversees such votes, announced that 73% of the plant workers who cast ballots voted to join the union. And there was an 84% turnout. It's a major breakthrough in the union's effort to organize workers at plants nationwide. There are about the same number of workers at non-union auto plants in the United States as the American plants of the three unionized automakers, GM, Ford, and Stellantis. If the union can win the right to represent workers across most of the non-union auto plants, which are mainly in the South, it could increase their leverage in future contract negotiations. The union has announced an effort to represent workers at 9 other foreign automakers with American plants. The union says an election at the Mercedes plant in Vance, Alabama, just outside of Tuscaloosa, is set to take place next month. A warning for owners of Tesla's Cybertruck. And some healthy foods could contain potentially harmful chemicals. Christine Lazar explains in this Consumer Report.
Consumer Reports says there's a significant amount of pesticides in about 20% of fruits and vegetables. According to the group, bell peppers, blueberries, potatoes, green beans, kale, spinach, and imported strawberries are most likely to have the chemicals. The good news, Consumer Reports found almost all organic produce is free of pesticides. Experts say washing fruits and veggies for 15 to 20 seconds under cold water does remove some pesticides, but not all. The FDA says counterfeit Botox caused an outbreak of botulism-like illness in 9 states. Federal regulators say at least 19 people got sick, with 9 of them requiring hospitalization. The FDA is working with the maker of Botox to remove the counterfeit products. Tesla is recalling more than 3,000 newly launched Cybertrucks. There's a possibility the accelerator pedal can get stuck inside a piece of trim and cause the vehicle to speed up, increasing the risk of a crash. The company says it will repair the accelerator for free. And those are some of the week's top consumer stories. I'm Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And first weather, Alex talked about frost alert. With that, let's get a look at your first warned forecast with Alex Harrington.
Yeah, Jalen, frosty conditions are expected tonight. A little bit warmer on your Sunday, and then rain chances. Those are the 3 things that you need to know. And Jalen and company and folks on the other side of the screen, I'm going to give this full weather a go here. I had surgery a couple weeks ago. I'm still in a boot, but I'm in a better shape now, or I think I can get across the screen a little bit more here. Freeze warnings are in effect till 8 a.m. on your Sunday for pretty much all of southern Wisconsin. So now's the time to go out there, pull in those tender plants or throw those sheets out over them. And 'tis the season for frost chances, end of April. Typically that goes into the first week or 2 of May. Current temperatures out there right now, we got a 37 in Madison, 40 in Boscobel, 36 rather in Viroqua, 40 in the Dells, and 37 down towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. It was a little bit cooler today because the clouds hung around there, and that kept those temperatures down. In the springtime, you really need the sunshine to warm up the ground. because the ground's still kind of cold from the winter months, and the ground holds a lot of that heat. So later in the spring, you need less of the sun during the day to keep things warm. But in the early to mid-spring months, you really need that sunshine. We didn't really have it out there, and those temperatures tonight are going to take a tumble here. See the white across Dane County, 8 o'clock at night? Watch what happens as we go towards midnight. The white goes away. That's the clearing of the skies. Temperatures then will take a tumble. By the time we get to 6 o'clock or so in the morning, we start off in the low 30s, and by the end of the day, or by the time we get to noon rather, we're in the lower 50s. And a nicer day is in the forecast, upper 50s to right around 60. And that's because we got the sunshine out there. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, starting off 31 in Madison, 31 in Lone Rock, 33 in the Dells, and 33 in Janesville. We march forward here, 8 o'clock. That April sun allows those temperatures to warm up. We'll do the low 50s, as I mentioned. Maybe some middle 50s over portions of southwestern Wisconsin as we head towards the 12 o'clock hour, with high temperatures again in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. So that feels more like an April-like day. The winds as well, not quite as gusty on your Sunday as we experienced today, just a little bit less gusty. And because of that, the frost chances are higher too, I mentioned last night. The stronger you have winds at night, that can sometimes help to promote the frost from not forming. And I think tonight we have a better chance of more widespread frost. Then we eye up rain shower chances Monday going on into Tuesday, with that next chance of rain Friday going on into the weekend. It's the weekend showers and thunderstorms I'm a bit more concerned about here. First, to let you know, as we warm up next weekend, we could be looking at stronger thunderstorms next weekend. Coming up at 10, I'll break down some of those alert day potential conditions as we head out further into the 10-day forecast here. One more frost chance to call out Wednesday going into your Thursday morning. Then our temperatures turn warmer. We turn a little bit more on the humid side with constant shower and thunderstorm chances next week. Again, at 10, we'll break that down a little bit more because some of those storms could have heavy rain and severe weather.
All right, well, sounds good, Alex. Good to see you moving around again. And still ahead, Andrew previews the Bucks' highly anticipated playoff series and tells you what Giannis has been thinking about next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed with any unlimited data plan.
Look, I'm not a young guy. That's no secret. But here's the deal. I understand how to get things done for the American people. I led the country through the COVID crisis. Today, we have the strongest economy in the world. I passed a law that lowers prescription drug prices, caps insulin at $35 a month for seniors. For 4 years, Donald Trump tried to pass an infrastructure law, and he failed. I got it done. Now we're rebuilding America. I passed the biggest law in history to combat climate change because our future depends on it. Donald Trump took away the freedom of women to choose. I'm determined to make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again. Donald Trump believes the job of the president is to take care of Donald Trump. I believe the job of the president is to fight for you, the American people, and that's what I'm doing. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Can we do one more take?
Look, I'm very young, energetic, and handsome. What the hell am I doing this for?
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now. We warn you first.
We have been talking for days about thunderstorm potential.
That's next Tuesday, so make sure you're aware of that storm system as it moves on in.
First, with the information you need to be prepared and stay safe. First Warn Weather.
The Bucks and the Pacers might be the best rivalry in the NBA right now, even if their history isn't all that long. So getting these two teams in a first-round playoff series, I mean, grab your popcorn. The Pacers beat the Bucks in 4 of the 5 meetings the teams played this year, including the semifinals of the in-season tournament. Now, Giannis, who is unlikely to play in Game 1, scored 54 points and 64 points against Indy this year, despite that record, and had this incident with the game ball, if you remember that, on January 3rd. So it's safe to say the Bucks have not forgotten about their newfound enemies. Here's what Giannis had to say back in January about losing 4 straight to Indy.
When you go back home and you sleep and you wake up, you think about it. Now when you go back and work out, you think about it. In the All-Star break, when you're going to be in an exotic beach with your family, I hope you think about it. You know, when you're about to get freaky at night, you think about it. You know, but at the end of the day, it's good because now it gives us time to fix things.
Without Craig Counsell, playing without Christian Yelich, and one of the youngest teams in baseball, still it does not matter. The Milwaukee Brewers just keep winning, and they're hot out of the gates to start off this season, looking to secure a series win down in St. Louis. Top of the 4th, and the Brewers trail 4-2. Bryce Terang at the dish, having a sensational sophomore season, and see you later. Terang blasts his 2nd bomb of the year, and the Crew tie things up at 4 apiece. And then on the very next batter, how about Jackson Churio, one of the youngest players in the game, but you wouldn't know it. The solo shot from the rookie is his 4th of the year and gives Milwaukee the lead. They'd blow it wide open from there. They had 18 hits on the day, and they win 12-5. And it was a similar story on the softball diamond. Wisconsin trying to take down Penn State at home. Badgers leading 4-2 in the 3rd, and Hillary Blomberg blasts this 3-run shot. The Verona native makes it 7-2 Wisconsin. And then in the next inning, more of the same. This time it's Skylar Surdashny with a 3-run homer of her own. It was one of 3 homers and 10 Badger runs scored in the 4th, forcing a mercy rule. Wisconsin dominates Penn State in 4 innings, tying a program record with 17 runs. And speaking of softball, the Madison Mallards unveiled the name of their new softball team tonight at the Orpheum. A really cool and exciting new kind of league that aims to give women the same experience that the Mallards provide to their male athletes. Welcome to town to the Madison Nightmares. And with that being said, we've got a little bit of merch to show off.
Oh, yeah.
A really cool and exciting thing that we have, you know, this newfound team in the Madison Nightmares. We'll give you a little close-up of the hat. You've got this softball logo, and it's really just a cool logo, this Madison Nightmares team. They'll be playing at the same place that the Madison Mallards do, and kind of just an exciting fun thing we got going on in Madison this week.
Yeah, more fun to do this spring and the summer, but speaking of spring and summer, what do we have to go through right now so we can get to those warmer?
Well, we've got freeze warnings overnight tonight, so pull in the tender plants if you can, and Andrew, keep wearing that hat.
All right, well, sounds good. We'll see you back here at 10.